Hello everybody, we're on our lunch break. We grabbed a quick bite to eat, and we'll give you a quick update here. We've only got a few minutes before we got to be back in court. I'm sitting here with Brand, and hopefully both of us can give you a quick rundown of what's going on. We have started the closing arguments. The government has spent 2 hours at that here this morning and went over the lunch break. And right when we get back, right after lunch, Mumford's going to continue with the closing arguments. And he's expected to take 4 hours. So we're going to be sometime after 5 o'clock tonight, probably 5:30. What do you have, Brand, for us?
Well, of course, the government has been trying to shape the narrative and using very little honesty in doing that. That's what I see. He's twisting and turning and trying to sway the jury towards their position. So, we're having to suffer through that right now. But here, pretty quick, we're going to go in and listen to the attorney for the defense, and hopefully it'll be a pleasant experience. So it'll be better than what we've seen so far, that's for sure.
Yes. So far, even the defendants that we've talked to this morning here during lunch, they agree that there are nothing that the government presented today in their closing arguments that have any bearings. There is no conspiracy. It's pretty awesome to see. It was a really lame closing argument, to say the least. The attorney for the government that brought the closing arguments, he named each one of them and trying to find something. He was struggling to find something that each one of them done to tie them in together to say they conspired together. Pretty much the only thing they could say about Ryan Bundy is that he stole some cameras, showed a couple pictures that he had a gun at one time or the other. But other than that, there was nothing. Said, well, it doesn't matter if you're a cook like Neil Wampler. He still conspired and helped prolong the situation there. These were not protesters. They're trying to say they were just downright thieves when there was nothing but protesting peacefully, trying to bring awareness to corrupt government. And that's what the government is still trying to cover up at this point.
Yeah. And some of the reports from the jury is that they seem to be in a better mood, joking with each other.
They was really a good mood.
Yeah, and laughing with each other. And that bears well, I believe, for the defense.
It does.
And also the ones that aren't on the jury right now, what do they call them? The alternates?
The alternates.
They wanted to be and be able to witness this, which tells me, if they just wanted to slam the door on the defendants, they wouldn't want. People don't really like to see that. So I think they're kind of got the same attitude as towards the existing jury right now, and I think it bears well for the defense.
The alternative jurors, they want to stay in on the case. I don't think they're going to be allowed to, but that was a good sign. They have gotten really involved emotionally. They're watching the case. They've been laughing as they come in. Yeah, I think it's been a good sign. They're at ease. They're not stressed out like someone who's fixing to slam the hammer down as a guilty verdict. They can see through this. So I'm very impressed with the jury that we have.
Yeah. This turned into a human interest story, I think, from the perspective of the ranchers and the good people of the earth who have been oppressed for all these years. And I think that message is getting across.
It definitely has. Yeah. Tomorrow, how it's going to play out, Mumford's going to finish out the day. They're going to keep us there in court till Mumford is finished with his closing arguments. Tomorrow, we'll start out with each one of the defendants taking about an hour apiece. Shauna Cox expects to take an hour. David Fry's attorney, Jeff Banta's attorney, Neil Wampler's attorney, and Matt Schindler, Ken Medenbach's attorney, says he's probably going to take about an hour and a half. But pretty much an hour apiece tomorrow, and they'll be done and wrapping it up. Then they are saying that the jury will go into deliberations on the following day, and whatever time it takes, we'll be ready for them. I don't expect it to take very long myself, honestly. I think it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest, and we're going to get a verdict back.
Yeah, and we would hope that everybody would continue to pray for the defendants. Chase and Patrick gave a wonderful prayer this morning. It really touched everybody, and continue to pray for the defendants. God is all-powerful, almighty, and He can do anything that we request of Him. So let's continue to pray.
Continue to pray. We did a prayer up on the 9th floor and the 13th floor this morning, all in a big circle with different ones of the people participating and even the defendants. We had Jeanette Finicum, Carol Bundy. We had Jeanette Finicum's daughter Tara, Margaret, which is Carol Bundy's sister, I think. I know it's Ammon and Ryan's aunt.
Yeah.
We all prayed together. We prayed both top floor and bottom floor, and we're going to continue this every morning through the rest of the trial. So we would encourage you guys to join us about 8 o'clock, even if you're at your home. Join us in this prayer.
Yeah.
Around the country, around the world. I know there's people watching from New Zealand I see on here today, and all over the country we've got people. So
yeah, this is huge. This is really big. This is, in my opinion, this is more important than the presidency. This will shape the country more than any other single thing, because if when we win this thing, it's going to send a message to the BLM, to the federal government. You can't keep doing this to the people in general, and you can't keep doing it to the farmers and the ranchers that provide our food for us. And it will empower those ranchers across this nation, all right, to stand up for their rights. The presidency's great. I hope Trump wins. I don't think he's the end-all, cure-all. But this is huge, and it's going to affect this entire country, and everybody needs to be praying for it.
this is definitely our Constitution and our freedom at stake here. And the only way, if we can hold this together, we can encourage our future president, whoever he may be, to whoever he may be. We already know we don't want she involved, but our future president, we want them to know there's Americans out here standing up for their Constitution.
And we got a lot of locals that are supporting us. Their heart and soul is into this also. And so, it's not just a few defendants when you get right down to it, but it's a whole conglomeration of people and principles and powers across this country.
It definitely is. The courtrooms are packed again today. 9th floor and 13th is packed. We have a lot of audience here, but we encourage you to get down here. Tomorrow might be your last day to be in there, and then we'll be in with the jury for deliberation and just waiting this out. We appreciate everybody that joined us here. Keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you here about 5:30 possibly for a final update on what happened in court today.
You bet.
God bless. See y'all later.
Let's do it.